I mean, the thing I probably love the most about the 48, which is very simple, is I just love how she rides. The visibility from the Pilothouse, no matter where you're sitting, whether that's copilot, pilot, at the salon, the visibility is unlike any other experience. You combine that with this very smooth ability to navigate waters, but at a moment's notice, the thing can also be a sports car, and it can just turn on a dime and be very aggressive. And having that range, that's what I love. I absolutely love that part of the boat. Because our boats get used so much, we get so many opportunities to see it work in environments that are extreme, that are with clients who are using them in extreme situations. And the 48 became this incredible opportunity for us to take everything that we were able to learn from all of the iterations, whether that's from the 42 to the 38, the 41, 46, for us to really drill into the specifics of the fine details of the boat. Everything from how the deck drains to the materials we use inside, and of course hull design, window design, and all these things. It was just this amazing journey, if you will, of drilling into just very fine details, and in an effort to make the ultimate boat, or what we would see as the ultimate boat. You just don't think about a lot of these things until you're out using them, and because our customers use their boats so much, there's this tremendous amount of feedback that we would get. Everything from launching a boat off the top and what that looks like, and how do we want to design the cranes to be able to launch the boats, and anchoring up in deep waters, whether that be for fishing or overnight up in Alaska in very deep waters, and how you would design an anchor system to do all these things. I mean, it was fun, but it was this incredible exercise of being able to just sit with a team day after day, week after week, really drilling into this. It also put us on this pathway of just never being satisfied with what we have. And not to say that be critical of what we've built, but never being satisfied with just kind of like, well, that's our product, you know, let's just let it rest and let's roll with it. It's constantly looking at, oh, is there a better way to do this? Is there a better opportunity to do this? Is there a better design out there? One of the prime directives of the design of the boat was its range. And not just range motoring along, but range at cruise speed. You know, I want to be able to get X amount of miles, you know, going 30 knots kind of deal. And really that came out of our experience of heading back and forth from Alaska, specifically across the Gulf of Alaska. And being able to have a vessel that could travel at 30 across a large body of water like that, which is why our boats have such large tankage to them. You know, everything on a boat is a trade-off of space. You have only so much space to work with. That space also has to be able to do all the things that it needs to do on the water in terms of floating and performance and all of that. When we looked at the 48 and the ability to prioritize those features for us, we found a really nice balance of being able to provide, of course, the exterior space for all the adventure, all the fishing, and everything that really defines what our customers like to do with our boat, but then give this interior space that allows a master berth up front with its own head and a guest berth that you can do a variety of configurations with bunks, you can do queens, and it has its own head. And then the salon and the lounging area in the salon. But the other big aspect to the boat is we prioritize being able to have a dedicated co-pilot seat that's facing forward. Because again, our boats are moving in big water, and having the co-pilot base and visibility and controllability actually from that co-pilot side with all the electronics and everything that's involved with navionics on that side, those are all priorities that are important to us, certainly important to our customers as well. Within that priority is all of the technology that goes into it. We happen to have a president who is very, very technologically savvy and interested in utilizing technology to the fullest on the boat itself. Mark is one of these guys who gets up at 4 in the morning and he's reading technical manuals, and he probably puts himself to bed reading that stuff, but he's just really passionate about having the technology on the boat, but not just having it to where it's truly going to work to advance the experience of the boat. And whether that's a Starlink, obviously, to be able to have all of the information at hand, particularly in our waters where weather can change so quickly. Of course, the navionics, the ability to make your own water, the desalination, of course, the stabilization with gyro stabilization, the ability to generate your own power on the boat. That's part of being able to take the boat long range. Well, you can't really do that if you don't have all those other things available with you. Our goal is to be able to send our boats out into the wild, into places that just no other people are going to. To be able to do that, you need all of that technology to not only be available on the boat, but for it to work, right? For it to be reliable. We want people to be out on the boat for days and days, because that's what they do. They go out on the boat into places where there is no one else. They're able to be out in those spaces because of what the boat has to offer. We have the freezers on board and the full galley with plenty of refrigeration and fresh drinking water that not only we make, but then we also sterilize that, and then we sterilize it even further. Storage spaces for food, even designing spaces for tools on board and spares, and having all of those things available, because when you are out on these extreme adventures, you're going to need the ability to do maintenance. You never know what's going to come up, and so that stuff has to be thought out as well. Even the spaces within the boat that you get down into to do that maintenance, it's all well lit. So it was that level of detail, and Mark was a big driver of that, having been on boats for so long throughout his entire life and having to crawl into those spaces on these adventures, that led to, hey, we're going to do it this way. And we want to incorporate even down to that level of operability or usability of the boat, to have those details as part of our design process. There isn't a single thing on the boat, whether it's a piece of technology, a piece of equipment, whatever it is, that wasn't thought about, well, how do you maintain that? Even to the point of, what if you have to replace that? What does that look like? Can you do that? Or do you have to take the boat apart in order to do that? All of those things, because of the experience that we have, particularly what Mark brought to the design table on the maintenance side of things, was incorporated into our design process. One of the things that I really enjoy is watching people come onto the boat and just see their experience, because we can show you video after video and picture after picture, but when you step on the boat and you start to realize the level of detail in the design, not just in the quality of the design, but the function of the design, their eyes just light up. The husbands and the wives, they just look at each other and go, this is the boat. This is the boat. And then we take it out, and I always do kind of this fun thing and just say, well, how fast do you think we're going? Because when you're going, it doesn't feel like you're going as fast as you are. It's like, oh, we're going 30 knots. And the look on people's faces is like, are you kidding me? That is truly one of my favorite things, is just to watch people respond to something that we work so hard at. And so for people who really want to see the 48 or have spent time looking at it online, you've got to get on the boat. You just have to get on the boat to be able to see for yourself, rather than listening to some guy drone on about all the different things that we did to design the boat. You just come see it.